Come on, Facebook and YouTube. Catch up. Catch up. Oh, I don't know what that is. Good evening, everybody. Whoop, whoop. You're already waiting for me. Good evening, everybody. Yeah, you're going to be very happy with what I'm showing you tonight, I think. I love them, so I'm hoping you do too. So let's just make sure we are good to go on Facebook as well as YouTube. I can see YouTube is working properly. Facebook is just catching up. Of course it is. So just while Facebook catches up, let me just say good evening to everybody on YouTube. And thank you for last night. It's very much appreciated. And onwards and upwards, and let's see where we go. Let's see where the next chapter takes us. So here we go. Facebook has finally decided to catch up. So good evening, everybody on Facebook. It's been a long day. I've been filming at the shop today. So if I start talking rubbish, let me know. So, super excited for tonight. I am going to try and do 2 demos. You can't see anything that's new yet. It's all in front of me. Let's take this off. I'll move that out of the way because who wants to look at that? So, really exciting new release for you all. We've got 4 new die sets and we have 4 new stamp sets. These are what are going to be released for my first shows on Hobby Maker, which I have remembered to do the image. So watch my first shows on Hobby Maker on the 4th of September, and I'm on for 2 hours for the first show. Thank you, Hope. For 2 hours for my first show, because there's obviously going to be a little bit of talking. I don't know who I'm on with yet. It really doesn't matter to me, but I'm hoping we'll all get to know each other, and the people that don't know me from Hobby Maker will very quickly learn what I'm like. So my first show is 1 till 3, and then I've got another show 4 till 5. So what I've done is I've split the shows up. So the first 2 hour show will be focusing entirely on the dies, and the second show will be focusing on the stamps in working with the dies. So it all will make sense to you, I am sure. It sort of makes sense to me. So super excited. Good evening to everybody who's just joining. I think you're going to like these dies. I and the design team absolutely love them. It's something a little bit different, and I've even called them something a little bit different. So I've called them my Lead Differently collection, and this is the first 4 in what will become a huge series of Layered Differently dies. So I will show you all in a second. I'll just give everybody a few minutes to get here. Yeah, so I've been at the shop today filming my new promos, which was nice. I met the new cameraman, which was nice as well, although he knows me. I'm rubbish at remembering people's names. I am Di, thank you. It's nice to see you here, Di. So hopefully we will get 2 demos done tonight. The whole point of these new dies is to give you amazing cards that look really classy, stylish, and very, very elegant, but super, super easy. And I've not seen anything like what I'm about to show you. So we've all seen nesting dies and what have you. What I don't think you've seen is the way that I've done them. And I am really, really excited about these dies. We've got 4 sets, as I said. It's the start of a journey. I'm definitely adding more to this, because eventually we will end up with a whole library, if you like, of Layered Differently dies, and every one of them is going to work with every one of the other ones, and the possibilities will they'll just blow your mind. I've brought some samples from the shop that the design team have done as well, so I'm going to show you those after I've shown you the dies. That is the trouble, Joanne. But you know what? We all know what it's like when you're trying to do something new, something different, trying to improve on what is already out there. And I think that I've managed to do that with these. Thank you, Cynthia. I'm really looking forward to it. It's a breath of fresh air, and it's just what I needed to give me some. I'm not going to say motivation because I'm always motivated, but to give me some enthusiasm again for TV. Oh, happy birthday for tomorrow, Deirdre. Deirdre's 70 tomorrow, so happy birthday, Deirdre, for tomorrow. I've pinched the samples, Chrissy, and I've also come back with some new moulds. But I've left them downstairs, so I can't show you. Anyway, let's get this show on the road. Are you ready to see the first 4 in the brand new Layered Differently collection? Oh, that's lovely. That's probably the last one. I'm keeping my computer glasses on for this. So, are we ready? Let's have a look at these gorgeous brand new dies. So there are four A5 sets. I'm going to bring them in so you can see the detail in a minute. There are 4 A5 sets in these dies. All of them have 10, 12, 13 dies in them. I'm going to bring this in really closely so you can see what this is all about. And wait till I show you the dies, okay? So these ones are designed to fit on A5 card blanks. That's the first thing I need to tell you. So the rectangle ones are designed to fit on A5 card blanks or bigger, which is what you know I'm going to do. So happy birthday to Dawn as well on YouTube. So this one here that we're looking at first is called the Ornate Rectangles, and I'm just going to do a really close up. You can see already, look, we've got piercing detail. So what makes these different? Let's have a look. I'm going to show you this one first. What makes these different to what we've seen already? So are you ready? So clearly we're looking at this in portrait, and we know it's going to work in landscape, so it doesn't matter. What you've got are 2 outer dies. So you've got the 2 outer dies with the pierced detailing, yeah? And this, believe you me, is the tiniest piercing detail that can be done in the die manufacturing process. It's the smallest that can be done. It's absolutely gorgeous. So you've got 2 outer dies. So what that means is you straight away got two matte and layering dies, yeah? So take those away and just pretend that they're not there, and let's look at these central dies, okay? So you've now got the ability to do the outer die. Let me come a little bit further away. A little bit further away. There you go, so I can get it all in the shot. So you've now got the ability to do the outer die with any one of these to create an aperture or a frame. You can then repeat that with the inner die to create a different sized aperture and a different frame. You can then not use the outer dies, but you can create so many beautiful layers with these. So you might want to use this one on its own, but you might want to use this one to create the aperture for it on the inside. And straight away, that is a new option that you would look at, and you wouldn't think to do that just looking at the die set. So you can use this, create the frame, you can take that out, you can change that frame. You might want to do a little peephole, so you can do that as your frame. So straight away you've created a brand new embellishment just from using 2 dies, and they're absolutely gorgeous. You might not want to use that one, you might want to do these 2. So again, you've got the ability to create another frame, but then you might want to stack that one on top of it, or this one on top of it, or that one on top of it. Can you see the possibilities with this? These are just so exciting. So exciting, and I love them. You're going to love these when you get them home. So that is the first rectangle set. I'm going to show you what that looks like in real life when I check which one it is. That is the Ornate Rectangles, and this is how this looks when it's just pure and simple, die cut and layered up. Look at that detailing. Look at that teeny tiny detailing with the piercing. And that happens when you're cutting them. It happens straight away when you're cutting them. You don't have to go back in twice. You don't have to go in twice to do the piercing. It does it all in one go. As you can see, it's all on the die. So this is literally just using it as it is. Just matted and layered, but look at the possibilities. You might decide to do a whole series, a whole range of A5 cards. You've got your matting and layering done straight away, so the whole project is going to start coordinating before you even do anything else to it, regardless of whether you do frames, whether you do just traditional stacked. It's entirely up to you. So that is the ornate rectangles. I'm going to move on to the next rectangle set, because there are 2 rectangle sets, and this one is the elegance rectangles. Okay. This is the elegance rectangles. Now I'm going to move this out so you can see the shapes again. So this time we've got exactly the same piercing detail. So my mind is blown already. When we got these samples, I was like, I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start. And let me just tell you all as well, these shapes, I've created these shapes myself. These are shapes that you won't have seen anywhere else. I've done them myself. So this time, look, the outer dies are inverted corner dies. So you might now want to use the inverted corner as your first layer on your A5 card, but with that as your aperture, or with this as your aperture. Or you might want to not use these ones on a Monday. You might want to go to the original shapes and use them. So straight away, look, we are mixing and matching the 2 different sets. And I'm just going to show you, because this is really rather, wrong set. This is really rather marvelous. So I'm going to replace this one, which is the largest inverted corner one. I'm going to replace that. I'm going to put that back. I'm going to take the largest plain one, or normal rectangle, okay, and then I'm going to use the next size inverted corner rectangle. Can you see the possibilities with these? Oh, it's just going to blow your mind. You might want to do a normal rectangle with the piercing detail. You might not want to use another layer on top of it. You absolutely don't need to. But then you can take the smallest one from this set to create your frame. You can take the second one up from that to create a larger frame. But you can then use the inner part of this one to create your dimensional centerpiece for your sentiments. It just goes on and on and on and on. I can't wait for you to get these home. I cannot wait for you to start playing with these dies. So let's move on, because we've got two more to show you in these dies. So that is the rectangles. I'm just going to give you all a little heads up. Now this is me being particularly crafty, so that nobody can copy my dies, okay? You can't choose Patricia, that's the whole point. When you get them, the possibilities are just going to blow your mind. And that's without even thinking about embossing folders or stamped backgrounds or anything like that. Now I'm just going to show you on these. I'll just show you on this one. Now what I'm going to tell you is true for all 4 of these sets. So what I'm going to say is the same for all 4 sets. So these dies have been designed so that they are not completely symmetrical. You would never know this. You would never know looking at it. And I'm just going to tell you why, okay? So each of these will only fit perfectly in the right orientation, in the right order. So each one, as I've gone down a size, I've made a fractional change to each one as I've gone down. So the people who like to copy other people's dies cannot just take the images from my packaging and copy them, because they won't fit. They just won't fit. And I've done that with every one of these. So when you get them home, what I would suggest you do, and I haven't done it yet, what I would suggest you do is get them all on your magnetic sheet in the right order, which they will come in the right order. And I would flip them over, and I would use a Sharpie and just make a black mark on the back of the top of each of them, okay? I've not done that yet, but I am going to. And then you know that that's the top. So let's show you this one in real life. So we've seen the ornate rectangles. Let's now look at the elegance rectangles. Look at this. How beautiful are these dies? Can you see the possibilities with what you can do with these? Well, I've learned the hard way, Brenda. It is very sneaky, but there you go. So we get the benefit of all these gorgeous shapes and sizes, and they're not going to be easy to rip off. So apologies to anybody who's watching me who likes to copy me. You're not going to be able to. You're going to have to design them yourself. So that's that. So they are the two rectangles. And of course, I couldn't do rectangles without doing squares. Are you ready for this? Hi, Pippa. Hi to everybody who's just joining us. So I couldn't do rectangles without doing squares for the first sets, okay? So this is the Regency squares. I'm going to show you in detail. This is obviously not the right size. I'm going to flip it over. So this is the Regency squares. Same piercing detail, same amount of dies, and you've got the same matting and layering 2 dies for the base. All of these dies will give you 2 base matting and layering dies. They will all give you that, even the new ones that are coming next. I mean, these are new, but you know what I mean, the next 4. So this time you've got the inverted scallops for the layering. You've got an outer scallop for this layering, and then you've got this gorgeous, it's a little bit Celtic in my eyes, but then you've got the teeny tiny oval, which will make sense shortly. So that is the Regency squares, and I'm going to show you something else now. So let's take the largest one from the Regency squares, and let's go back to our rectangles, okay? And let's start putting these. Do you see where I'm going with this? So let's start putting these inner dies inside the squares. Yeah. So inner dies inside the squares. There's just so many possibilities. You can now just do whatever you want to create lots of fabulous layers and mix and match the whole sets so that you've got, I've got no fingernails, bear with me. So you can mix and match the whole sets to create some absolutely incredible cards. And more importantly, really easily. Where's that one from? Really easily, and that is the whole point. So that is the first of the squares. Let's have a look how that looks in real life. Just pop that back. So let's have a look what this one looks like on our luster cardstock. Here we go. Let's just pop that back on there. And that is the Regency squares. And this is how the Regency squares look. How beautiful is that? I'm going to try and show you that detailing again. This is piercing, but not as you've seen it before, I promise you. It's minute. So that is the Regency squares. The outer square, I'm just going to check for you, Hope, because I did write it down, but I don't know where I've put it. So the outer square is just over 5.5. So that will fit on your 6x6 cards or your 5.5 from this one. 5.5 square card blanks. So 6x6. There's lots coming, Rob. Lots and lots coming. I'll talk to you about why I've done this in a minute. And then we've got another square set. So these are your first 4. And you've only got to look at the number of dies, yeah? So this is your graceful squares. And these shapes are amazing. So you've got inverted. Do you see where I've gone with this? We've got normal corners, inverted corners, normal corners, inverted corners in both sets, in the rectangles and in the squares. So this time you've got the inverted corners, and then you've got this gorgeous shape. I'm using this one tonight. In fact, I have actually I have actually used all 4 sets on the 2 demos that I'm using tonight. So this time, I mean, even just looking at the center, look, just look at the center. Sentiments, backgrounds, textures, embossing folders, without even looking at the extra frame layers that you've got on the outside, and without even looking at the matting and layering ones. So let's show you how the graceful one looks in real life. So this is how the graceful one looks in real life. Do you see why I've called them layered differently? Because these are absolutely layered differently, and I think these are fantastic. I'm going to go as far as to say I think that these are the best nesting dies that I've done to date, because you can just blow your mind with it. Just looking at this little sample board that I've done, if for example I had just done the base but then created an inner frame with the smallest of the larger shapes and then gone in with the circles, it's just incredible. It's really, really incredible. So they are what I am releasing first on Hobbymaker on the 4th of September. But we've not done yet. We've got 4 new stamp sets as well. And these 4 new stamp sets are what you've been craving. You've been asking me for these. Can't get on Facebook. It is there on the Sentimentally Yours place. Yeah, they are. They're absolutely beautiful, Stephanie. I cannot wait for people to get these dies home and start using them, because I'm pretty sure that you're going to come up with things that we've not thought of. And when I was trying to name these, Karen and I were looking at all different sorts of names. You know what I'm like? Oops. We were looking at all sorts of different names. And I wanted a set that we're never going to get bored with. We're never going to get bored with these because there's just so many different things you can do with them. Aren't they just fabulous? Even if you don't want to use the outer ones, use the layering dies for the center. It's just amazing. So I'm doing a rectangle and a square card tonight, but I'm using all 4 of these sets with each other. So they're designed to work independently, as you would expect from me, but they are also designed to work together, and that's really, really important. So let's move on to the stamps. So you've been asking for these, and I have delivered. Let me just get a drink. So this is the next 4. I'm just getting a drink. This is the next 4 in the Just Saying collection. Yeah. So already, yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't know about that, Judy. I wouldn't know about that. And I'll be honest with you all. Originally, I was going to do these as A4 sets, but A4 sets are not cost effective anymore. So it's better to do the sizes that we know that we're going to use the most. So we've now got loads and loads and loads. Yes, you can buy them direct, Gwen. I'm going to go through. Gwen, when I finish showing you everything, remind me, and I'm going to tell you all the technical stuff that I didn't get a chance to do. Why do we have numbers that come up by the comments? Oh, I'm not sure, Christine. It does say 1 minute, but 1 minute is the time since you posted the post, I think. I'm trying to keep up with you on both places. I know. I know. Everybody loves these fonts. Hi, Sharita. From New Jersey. I've not been there on holiday yet. So stay in touch, Sharita. You might have a house guest soon. So here we go. The next 4 in the Just Saying collection. And remember when I launched the Just Saying collection back in January, February, I told you then that it was going to be the start of a library. You all know me well enough to know that we don't just do one-off things. So I'm not going to sell you 4 dies that you're going to use for 6 months and then forget about. We're going to have more added on to these that are then going to re-engage how much we use the original set. And it's exactly the same with the sentiments. So we already have all the original sentiments. Everybody already has them. For those of you who are watching me that are new, who are going to be watching me on Just Saying, for those of you that are going to be watching me for the first time on Hobbymaker, or indeed this evening, welcome. The Just Saying collection is an ever-growing series. The originals that have the traditional sentiments and everything, and I'm just saying this before I forget, I have ordered some more stock of those for the shows next next Wednesday on Hobby Maker. So if you didn't manage to get the original sets, you will definitely be able to get them from next Wednesday. So here we go. We're moving on to the acclamation sentiments, and you know I love these. So I'll flip it over. So these are mini sentiments for anybody who hasn't seen these before, and this set has on its own 34 individual sentiments. So this now means you can take your relative set from series 1 and you can now give them an acclamation sentiment. So you can do to an, amazing, and then you can use the set relatives, mum, dad, sister, cousin, brother, whatever. So you've got the to, and, my, the, our, dear, you are. So even just you are amazing, you are special. Love these. You've got the 2 different styles of font. I'll flip it over so it's easier for you to see. You've got the 2 different styles of font, which is now the style of the Just Saying collection. So you have the plainer one, and then you have the swirly one. So that is the acclamation sentiments. You've then got, hang on, that's not the right one. You've then got relatives to. So we've now extended the relative set to include boyfriend, girlfriend, pal, couple, great. So if you want to do great grandson, you're going to be able to do that, or great friend or whatever. Family, ex, godson, goddaughter, neighbour, parent. I'm not going to read them all, but you get the idea. So you've got all the extras, and I've even included, because I know I couldn't get it in the first set. So we've got for the northern crafters, Mam, Ma, Da, and Gramps, and Nana. So that is relative number 2. We've then got, I'm trying to speed up, sorry if I'm rushing, but I do want to get the 2 demos done. We've then got the milestone birthdays. So flip that over. This has 42 individual stamps in it. And the milestone birthdays now means you can use your acclamation to an amazing mum on your 50th, 60th, 70th, 80th, 65th, 55th, whatever birthday. And you've got all these sentiments in here as well. You've got the numbers, perfect size. You've got the ordinals, the first, and etc, etc. You've got the regular happy birthday today in the smaller font, but I've also included it in the bigger font. You're just going to use these so much, and I love these. These are very, very, very elegant. So we've not only got the numbers to donate to specify somebody's birthday, we've actually got the milestone ones in words as well. And then for the last one, we've got the milestone anniversaries, because it would have been rude not to do this. So we've got the, do you also make press plates for the Better Press system from Spellbinders? I don't, Sharita, but it is something that I have thought about. I'm going to write that in my to-do list book, Sharita, because I have thought about that, genuinely. So that is something I will think about. So we've now got the milestone anniversaries as well. And this again has on your, on our, it's your, it's our, and today. And then you've got that again in the swirly font. And then you've got all the milestone anniversaries in there. Now, when you get yours will have printed on there the guide, the anniversary guide. Mine hasn't, because they forgot to do it. But when you get yours, it will have all the milestone anniversaries and the years, and so you never know, you're never stuck, and you never don't know which anniversary belongs to which. So this is what we are going with first on Hobby Maker. You can pre-order tonight from after I've done the live. So you can pre-order from me, and you can pre-order from Julia direct from the website from 9 o'clock tonight. These won't be shipped until next Wednesday, because it's not fair to the people from who are going to buy from Hobby Maker. So you can pre-order tonight, and they will be shipped next Wednesday. This is the last time that you will have to wait for a pre-order delivery. I'm going to tie everything in better going forward. So going forward, my shows, as you know, on Hobby Maker are always going to be on a Wednesday. So my sneaky peeks and my sneaky peeks and my new releases will be shown to you on a Monday evening, which then means we can dispatch it to you from the day after. So hopefully that'll cheer. I know Helen will be jumping up and down with joy for that. I know Helen will be over the moon about that. I knew you would be. I knew you would be. So they are your first release on Hobby Maker, and I'm super excited to bring these to Hobby Maker. I'm really excited, and I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm really excited to be going somewhere who doesn't at the moment have my kind of style of craft. So I'm hoping that as you all come with me and the new viewers, I'm hoping that I can teach you about Sentimentally Yours, about Phill Martin, and about the way in which I craft, and I can teach you this and you can join me on this new journey. And for me as a designer and as a crafter, that is really, really exciting to be able to continue the education side of what I do. It's all very well me designing these beautiful dies. You might not have seen dies before, and you'd be like, well, what do they do? How do you use them? What are you going to get from it? And that is my job to teach you and show you how I think you can get the most from my products. Right, so take a breath, Phill Martin, get a drink of your coffee, oops, and let's start with the first demo. I think that's probably the best phrase to describe me, Helen. Helen says that I'm an investment. Do you want me to show you a few samples before? No, Elaine, not until after the live. So Elaine's just asked me for the link so that you can pre-order, but I'm not going to do it until we finish the live this evening. And you know my website sometimes takes 10-15 minutes to update. Thank you, Judy. You know, sometimes my website takes 10 minutes to update, so it might be 10 past, 9:15 by the time it gets... Thank you, Donna. What would I do without you? Thank you, everybody. Right, do you want me to show you some samples first? Because I think that's a really good way to start this evening off. And let me just say, because I know my design team will be watching, thank you so much to you all, because the samples are phenomenal. They've done so many samples and they are absolutely stunning. So a huge thank you to my design team, not only for the samples that they do me constantly, but also for their support, because they've been behind the scenes, knowing about all my stresses and everything. And I'm really blessed with my design team. So thank you very much to you all. You are and always will be appreciated. So here we go. Let's just start. Oh, before I forget, remember I told you in our Facebook group, and for anybody who's watching who's new, I'm just going to pop up the name of our Facebook group. So just search for Crafting with Phill Martin and Sentimentally Yours and request to join the group. Now, the other day I posted in our group that if you hadn't got the dotty flower dies, the delightfully dotty flower dies, now do you understand why? Because this dotty detail works so well with these new dies. Right, samples. So here we go. I'm just going to take what is in front of the box. So here we go, look. Embossing folder on the layers. This is just a lovely, lovely little dinky card. It's so lovely. How big is it? It's just under 6 inches. So you can do little 6 by 6 cards. I don't do little 6 by 6 by cards, but you can see how they're going to look. So first one, let's just give them a shout out if they've wrote the name on. So that's one of Angela's. So thanks, Angela. I'm not going to show you them all because I want to show you some actually on the show as well. Whose is this one? Oh, no name on it. So this is using one of the rectangle sets, look. And this one actually is a really good example because they haven't used the outer dies, and that is the whole point with these dies. That's the whole point of these dies. You can use it all, use bits, mix and match them. So that, I don't know whose that one is because there's no name on it. And we're going to carry on. We're going to carry on. Angela again. Thank you, Angela. Look at this card. It's absolutely stunning. So Angela has actually used these plain corner edge square, but she's used the big die to create the aperture, and then she's left it open in the center and then used just some of the middle dies to create that detailing. And you know me, I love coordination. Coordination is key. And look at this Bobby Dazzler. Look at this. Oh, I love these cards. Aren't these cards just absolutely stunning? And I love, who's this one? This is Helen. This is one of Helen's. It's beautiful. I love how Helen has used the new stamps look in the small die that is from the center of one of the rectangle sets. So she's actually used a square set and a rectangle set. That's fantastic. And then we move on to one of Lozzie's. Oh, I've battered it, Lozzie. I'm sorry. Oh, sorry, Lozzie. Pretend you can't see the battered corners. It was transportation. So Lozzie has now applied her mixed media style to these dies. So we've got one of the rectangle dies, and then we've just got two of the layered ones inside. Look how gorgeous that is. How fabulous is that? It's intricacy, it's detail. And I know this is, without even looking at the back, this is one of Saz's cards. Now look what Saz has done, everybody. Saz, Saz, if you're watching, which I know you will be, will you do a video on this and do it me in blue, please? Because Saz can show you how you can use these dies to do the edges. To use these dies to do the edges of your cards, look. How clever is this? So created an aperture, use one of the texture dies behind it, using two different sets of the dies, and then using one of the larger dies to create the actual edge of the card. Yeah? How stunning is that? I'm just going to show you one more. No, I'll show you two more, because I know this is Ilona's, but I can tell just by looking at it. Look at this. Look at the detail. The detail is incredible. And this, look, these two little rings are actually, chopped off from this little center die. Oops, this little center die, look. Oops, put it straight, Phil. How clever is that? Oops, oh, I've just dropped something. Pretend you didn't hear that. I'm going to show you one more. Just trying to find... where's this lovely... I'm going to show you this one, look. How beautiful is this card? How absolutely stunning is this card? So look at how you can mix and match everything. You can mix and match absolutely everything. Who made that? That's Helen's. Stunning cards. You've all done absolutely stunning cards. Right, I'm going to move on. Because I want to make a stunning card of my own and show you how to do it. Let's start with, I have also got something else that's new next week. But I'm not showing you tonight. I'm going to show you next Monday. I'm covered in glitter and I've not even done anything yet. Shall I just pause for breath for a minute before I start? I've got my new kitchen roll. Yeah, when everybody sees the full album, so please make sure you've liked and followed the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page, because that is where we create an album for every new release that we do, which then means you've got a constant library of inspiration. No, I'm not showing you, Helen. You can wait till next Monday. So let's get on with my first card. So this is a Phill card, and I just need to find my silver pearls. Ooh, here we go. Get a drink. Yeah, from 9 p.m, but don't panic. It might be about 1:15. The samples are stunning. They've done an amazing job. And I'm blessed with an amazing design team. I really am. And it's fabulous because you see lots of different ideas. Now, you know I don't do small cards. You know I don't. So let me just put these in order. I have in the past, I've done like 2 or something, and it made me badly for a week. No, it didn't. I'm joking. I'm joking. So this is why I told you to get the delightfully dotty floral finery flowers, because you're going to use them a lot with this. It coordinates so well. So let me just move my flowers to one side, and I'm going to show you what I've done. It's important for me to show you what I've actually done. So this center part is from this square set, so the Regency squares, and also from the graceful squares. So the circles are in the graceful squares. This shape here that I've chopped in half, look. I've chopped this in half, and that is from, I can't wait for you to try all these things. That's from this set, which is the Elegance rectangles, yeah? And I've just chopped it in half because it's going to go underneath to create a new shape again. And then again from the Elegance rectangles, I've created my frame and my aperture. So I have had a shave. You can't see in there. I have had a shave. Let me see if I can... I can't do it to show you. So I've used the largest die. So this is the largest die, look, in the silver mirror card from the ornate rectangles. So that is my base. This would be your base. Oh, bless you, Lee. Lee, I promise they are coming, but it's not binders. I've told you that. Oh, Saz, I forgot to show you, didn't I? So that is the largest one from the ornate rectangles. I've then taken the second largest one from the Elegance rectangles. So this is the inverted corner second one. So already I've created, I mean, this looks beautiful just on its own, look. So already I've created a brand new shape, a brand new, hello. a brand new matten layer. And then I've used one of the inner dies to create my aperture. I've then taken the inner dies again. This is why I'm never going to be able to show you everything you can do with these, because there's just so much. I've then taken the same die on another piece of card, and I've gone to the larger one. So this is just using the inner die, miss one, the next one to create the thicker frame. And remember, because I've included, I'm talking such a lot, I'm sorry everybody, because I've included a minimum of 5, there is a minimum of 5 of these layering dies on each set. So minimum of 5, you can now create 5, 10, 15, you can create 25 different sized shaped frames from each set. So here we go. Let's get demo number 1 done. And I'm just going to show you this as well, everybody. I'm just going to show you this. This is a demo I've started to prep for TV. So this frame, so when I created this frame, look, which is just is an A5 piece of card. So this frame, the waste from that frame is actually creating me another aperture for another card. So waste not one, no. I'm going to put my fan on. Bear with me a second. These dies are something else. I promise you these dies are something else. Right, I'm going to move that out of the way so you're not all blinded by the mirror card. Remember, these will only fit perfectly in one direction. So if I turn that upside down, it's not going to fit perfectly, look. Can you see? It's not going to fit perfectly. So you will discover this yourself, and I've told you, the biggest tip I can give you is to is to get a black Sharpie or a permanent marker, and on the reverse of your die just put a black line all the way up so you know that's the top. It's just easier. So we're going to remove that for a second. I'm going to flip that over, and I've cut one of my texture dies. I can't remember what this one's called. What's this one called? What's this one called, anybody? Karen, yes, she's on holiday, Helen. She's in Greece. She's been away for 2 weeks. I can't remember what this one's called, but anyway, it's on the website. So we're going to put this behind, excuse me, we're going to put this behind this aperture, just like that. So I'm just going to go around the inside of the aperture with some glue. So this is good. I can't wait, honestly, I know I keep saying it, but I can't wait for you to get all these home, because you're going to absolutely love it. I knew these were going to be something special when I started designing them, and so did the design team and Julia, because obviously I show Julia and the design team as I'm designing things. And Elaine Horrell, I know you're watching. Textured plaid, something like that, yeah. That thing that we were talking about yesterday in the group. Gee. No, it's not just grid, it's something plaid. Something like that. Plaid, thank you. Posh plaid, thank you, everybody. So I've cut this in mirror card, and I'm putting it on the reverse of this. And I'm going to try and line it up so that I've got the same design on both sides. Let's just bring that down. So we've now taken this aperture and we've transformed the aperture just by putting the, hang on, it's not straight, just by putting the texture die behind it. Straight's overrated, just saying. But there you go. So we've now taken that. I'm just going to take off the excess glue, popped that behind the aperture. I'm just taking the excess glue off because I know I need to flip it back over. And we've now created Alcatraz. Alcatraz, if you're watching, I apologise. So I'm going to just pop that to one side. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to put some foam tape on it. Let's just get the foam tape on this. What time are we on? 10 to 8. Yeah, we should be okay for 2 demos. Now, you'll get to know, if you're watching for the first time, that I like lots of dimension and texture in my projects, and it's kind of what sets us apart from the rubbish that you can buy in shops. So this is why we make our own cars, because we are exceptional. So let's just pop this foam tape on. Whenever you're putting foam tape around an aperture, remember to do that little bit just to give it some stability. We don't want no saggy apertures. No saggy apertures. Thank you very much. So we've now got the, that's now on foam tape. I'm going to come back to my actual card, and if you want to know the sizes of the card, I will tell you when it's all finished, because it's massive. Finished telling Elaine, Phil, you got sidetracked. Yeah, so Elaine, we were talking yesterday about Georgine's lovely crackers. So we were talking about Georgine's lovely crackers in our Facebook group yesterday, and I just wanted to tell Elaine I have actually already done the base of a cracker die. I've already done it. I did it more or less after we started speaking. So I'm putting this mirror card layer onto the white layer just flat, and I'm doing this first because sometimes when you're using larger dies, the mirror card can get a kink in it. In fact, I'm going to give you a little tip. So let me just pop this on first. I love how this is all going to come together so easily. flip it over and rub from this side. Yeah, I thought you'd be happy with that. We'll all be So, mirror card is gone on flat. I'm going to put my foam tape on this part just whilst I've got it facing that way down. This card's going to be about 6 inches thick. 6 inches thick like that. Here we go. So let's just get the foam tape on. A little bit extra to stop it from buckling. Oops. Luckily we're not going to see that. Hang on. And I'm just going to show you. That is my t-shirt, by the way. I'm buffing up the mirror card with my t-shirt. So I'm just going to show you at this stage what this looks like already. Yeah. So this is literally the largest rectangle die with these straight corners, matted onto a larger piece that I've just cut with my guillotine, and then this piece is on foam tape. Now look at that already. Let me just show you. Look at that already. Before I even do anything else to it, it looks stunning. Yeah. And the very clever thing about using mirror card with a texture die that is raised on foam tape, if I show you this close up and turn it on, and oh, there you go, you can see it. We've actually got the reflection from the underneath of the texture die showing. It looks amazing. Can you see that? How fabulous is that? You can tell straight away that it's dimensional. Anyway, let's move that to one side. We're now going to come back to the frame. So this is the large frame that I've cut to fit on the aperture. So we're now, this looks stunning as it is, but we're now going to elevate this because we can, and because we've got the dies that will enable us to do this. And I was going to stamp on this, but I'm going to leave it just so that I don't run out of time. I was going to stamp, just so you all know, I was going to stamp the vintage brick with Morning Mist onto this frame. I'm not going to do it tonight because of time. So I'm going to pop some foam tape on the back of here. Yes, possibly, Elaine, possibly. So quite possibly we will have the cracker die for this year, but it's probably going to be October by the time I finish designing it, because you know I've been so busy with everything. By the time I finish designing it, because we're going to have fancy panels in mine, as you would expect, and they take time to do. But hopefully I can get it done soonish. Now forgive me for this not being perfect. I'm trying to just save a little bit of time, because I do want to show you the other card. So these are simple, just simple. This is using the dies in their simplest way, really. Hopefully we won't see too much of that. Let me just check. Ah, you can. Let me just fix that. That will never do. That will never do. That won't do, Mr. Martin. Come on, stop slacking. Do the job properly. I'm sorry, you know I've got to do it right. I should have known it was a little bit too thick when I first did it. But I'm doing it again. It's got to look right. Here we go. I should have done it right the first time. I know better. And of course we've got that little bit showing there as well. So don't do what I've just done. So this, I'm just going to check which way it fits perfectly. And that is the right way up. So I'm going to pop that on now, and we've got another layer of dimension just from using the foam tape. And then I'm going to pop these layers onto the base of the card and then give them the diamond dazzle treatment. There's something really classy about silver and white, and you'll notice when we come to put this card together how the balance between silver and white, there always needs to be more silver than white, more white than silver, sorry. So a little bit of glue just so that I can wiggle that around if I need to. Let's get that on. I'm just going to stand up to do this. Yeah, absolutely, Chrissy. Drive the getaway car. So let me just line this up. And you'll see straight away, everybody, when you get yours home, which is the right way, which is the right way and which is the wrong, because it just won't line up. And I thought that was really clever of me to do that. I don't know why I haven't done it before. So look, we've now got extra dimension on there. Look how pretty that is already. And I'm going to pop this onto the mirror card. No, I'm not. I'm coming back to my card base, because you know there are 2 more layers to go on this card. Let me just tell you a funny story. Just while I'm doing the matting and layering, let me tell you a funny story. So I mentioned to you earlier that I was filming the new promo videos for Hobby Maker in the shop today. And Alan was very patient, the cameraman. Bless him. And when he was asking me about taking photographs of the cards that are in the shop. So if anybody has been to my shop, you will know that there are card samples absolutely everywhere. It would make a good box lid, you're right, Emma? And he was asking me which cards were mine. So he was asking me which cards were mine, and I said, well, that's easy, Alan. I said, just look for the most elaborate ones that have a lot on them, and they'll be mine. So just one more layer of foam tape, and then we are glittering. I don't know why I've picked a different roll up, but there you go. It doesn't matter, it's all 2mm thick. This is still demo number 1, but we are only on 8 o'clock, so we should be okay for 2 demos. I wanted to do 2 demos tonight to show you the rectangles and the squares, because it just makes sense to show you both. So as it stands for this card here, I have actually used all 4 die sets. So I've used all 4 of the die sets to create this card. You will obviously, I'm not stupid. I know that 4 sets of dies of this size will be a considered purchase for some people, and I wanted to be able to give you the option of getting them individually. So you will still have those options on TV. So you will still be able to choose to go for the whole bundle or the options, like the 2 square sets or the 2 rectangle sets. Flowers galore, that's my cards. Let's just pop this on. I mean, you can see how elegant this is going to be just looking at the base of it, can't you? I have got my pyjamas on, don't worry. I wouldn't stand up if I didn't have them on. And let's pop this layer on, and then we can glitter this and pop it to one side whilst we do the other jobs. I don't know why I've got 2 different sorts of foam tape. Does anybody know? I don't know. Possibly because I ran out of one of the others doing a video. So remember when I was talking to you about the new website last night, everybody. So hopefully a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, maybe 4 at a push. But I think you're going to really appreciate the new website when it comes, because I'm going to be adding quick videos to just about every one of my product ranges. So let's pop this on now and see this card taking shape. Now clearly I've used mirror card, and the next card doesn't use any mirror card at all. So I don't want you to think that you have to just use mirror card with these, because my normal premium card is amazing with these dies. Oh, look how gorgeous this is. And I know if Sue's watching, Sue Wilson, she would really appreciate these dies because of the detail and the piercing. Look at that. How fabulous is that? So now that's on, I'm just going to quickly whiz around. Do you live in your PJs when you're at home? Absolutely I do. If I've not got my pyjamas on, I've got shorts on. Oh, I've just mixed my flowers up. Yeah, I live in my PJs when I'm at home. It's one of the advantages of working from home. And the only time really that I get dressed is when I go out. Phill, what is it with you? And the number two sets. What have I missed? Let me just scroll by. Good luck with that, Patricia. Yeah, probably Elaine. Phill, what is it with you and the number two? 2 set, 2 demos, 2 hours. I know. I'm quite looking forward to having to. Let me just quickly flick back to everybody on Facebook, on YouTube. Just give me a second, everybody, just while I catch up with YouTube. Simple but not so effective. Can I have a pee when I come and see? When are you coming to see me, Georgine? Like the plaid dye, great for trellis and tartan. Absolutely, Elaine, that's a cracky idea. Saggy what? What's new? Fabulous. Anne's just caught up. Thank you, Audrey. Thank you, Elaine. If ordering from Hobbymaker, will the order be shipped from the warehouse or yours? No, it's from us, Rob. So just so that everybody knows, that's a really good question, Rob. Just so that everybody knows, all our orders are shipped direct from us. So it will be the girls at the shop doing the packing. Me, if I'm there, I help. I'm not too proud to help them pack orders. So all the orders go from the warehouse at the shop. I'm just going around with the glue now to do the Diamond Dazzle. Yeah, so I'm not sure who. I do know, but I can't remember who Hobbymaker used. Now, we only use Royal Mail in Every. Now, I'm pretty sure that Hobbymaker is Yodel. So I can't comment on how they are going to perform. But what I can tell you is Yodel, if they mess any of our orders up, they're going to know about it very soon. Oh, now, do I do the inside of the... Do I do the inside? Or do I do the outside? Oh, I'm doing... Oh. I'm going to do the outside. That was my instinct. And remember, the glue dries clear, so you're still going to see the piercing detail when the glue dries. If I was doing this again, I would probably do the inside as well. But Diamond Dazzle clings to mirror card like nobody's business. And contrary to popular belief, I don't want to be blown ill. Oh, stop it. That's exhaustion talking. Oh dear. It's a good job Kara's not here. She'd be telling me off. Right, so let's just get the Diamond Dazzle on. I'm going to do the outside first and then the inside. I'll try and catch up with some of your... I'd do both with the glitter. I probably would as well, but I'm just going to do the outside for tonight. Just purely because I haven't got time to be blowing all the Diamond Dazzle off the inside of that frame. I should have used the anti-static bag. That's a little tip for you, everybody. You can use either your dry baby wipe, so a wet wipe that's dried up. We'll get rid of some of the static from the mirror card. Or you could use your anti-static bag and then buff it up afterwards. That does get rid of some of the static from mirror card. Look how pretty this card looks. And I've literally up to this point, I've only used the dyes and the texture dye. I've still ended up. Look how gorgeous that is. Right, moving on, let's crack on. So now we're going to come to the top part of this card. Oh, sugar, I've just moved that, so let me just check which way it fits again. Yeah, that's it. And I'm going to stamp my little sentiment on there first and then let that dry for a second. So coming to the new sentiments, I'm just going to use happy and birthday. Oh no, I might not. Oh, decisions. I'm going to see if I can get special couple in this little topper. I might not be able to, but let's see. So special, just bear with me. Special. No, it doesn't. It's too big, so I'm going to stick to what I said I was going to do. It's too small. It's too small. I'm going to use the little happy birthday from the milestone birthdays. We could have a number in it. No. Shut up, Phil, and get on with it. I probably would, Anne. Yeah, it's called Posh Plaid. So the texture dye is called Posh Plaid. There are 3 new texture dyes coming soon as well. So just to prepare you. So I'm now using the small plain sentiment to do my happy birthday because we can. And I'm going to use the grey. So I'm using Morning Mist, Versifying Claire. I'm just going to stamp it on the back just to check how much pressure I need to put on. Oh, that's perfect. Hopefully that's the right way up. We will soon find out. So happy is going on first. So happy. Fabulous. So I'm doing a huge card with a tiny sentiment. Love that. Love that. So I'm just making sure I've got enough ink on. Happy and birthday. I don't actually mind if my hair gets in the shot because I've done it today because I was filming, as you know. So we've got that lovely little happy birthday right in the centre of this card, this huge card. Oops, that was my tweezers. Always put your stamps away. Always put your little diddy stamps away once you've used them so you don't lose them. Put them away once you use them so you don't lose them. I might make a stamp of them. So I heard my tweezers fall on the floor. But I don't, oh, there they are. No, but I don't know where they've gone. So how fortunate that I've got another pair. So my sentiment is just going to sit there and dry for a second. We're going to come now to this circle. And when I was prepping this demo, I'm just going to bring it in to show you. I didn't want to use another one of the same shape. So I wanted the circle for the sentiment, and then I thought, oh, do you know what? I can elongate that, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So we've taken the circle from the square set, and we are going to elongate this circle with the one of the dies from the rectangle sets. I'm just going to make sure this is straight, so I'm going to put that on in the other direction. So I'm going to pop that on that way. That's a top tip, everybody, in case you didn't notice what I was doing. Unfortunately, Yodel isn't that great for delivery. They say they're delivering on a certain day, but they have it coming the day before at a different time. Well, we're not going to put up with that, I can tell you. Do you do a big sentiment so I can do a small card with a big sentiment? I have done big sentiments, Rob. They are the statement sentiments. So have a look on the website for the statement sentiments. And you're just being awkward, aren't you, Rob? Because I'm doing a big card with a little sentiment. You want to do a big card with a little card with a big sentiment. So I'm doing this the other way, look, just so that I can make sure that that's straight. And look what we've done, look. Oh, I love this. Take it from somebody who's been crafting for like forever. The fact that we've done that, we've created a whole new shape sentiment, a shape die cut just from mixing the two up. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So now we're going on with glue gel. No, I'm not for this one, forgive me. This one's foam tape. This one's foam tape. And I'm not going to add any more glitter to this. I'm going to stick it where it is already. Now this is obviously going to rest on the texture die. So when you put this on, I would personally put a little bit of glue gel on, which is what I'm going to do, on top of the foam tape. Yeah. Just so that the glue gel will be the thing that sticks to the texture die rather than the foam tape. So just a little bit, look. And its only purpose is to adhere to the texture die. I don't want this for the height. We will get both demos done, everybody, I think. Oh, look at this, everybody. Right. Yeah, check the website and yes. You are just being awkward. Oh, I love this. Absolutely love it. Let me just make sure it's straight. It is now. Oh. This is going on flat, which I know will shock you. And I love this little Celtic cross. It's not actually supposed to be a Celtic cross, but it does give you that. It does give you that vibe. So glue gel for this, for the center. And then I'm going to super quickly shape my flowers. Oops. If I'd have had time, I would have done it before. But I've not had time. It's been a busy few days. Let me just twist that. It's just moved because it's on mirror card. Thank you very much. Stand up. I can't see what you're all saying to me at the moment, but I promise you I will look later when I sit and have a coffee. Just move that back across. It does take a while for the glue to dry on mirror card. I love that. Where else can you do that? How stylish is that straight away? Love it, love it, love it. So pop that to one side. It's nice when I'm designing and then we get the actual samples. I'm just looking for my stamping that. Bear with me a second. I can see one over there. Yeah, so when I'm actually designing the dies, and then when you get them in real life, it's always marvelous because they always look better in real life. If I get a chance one day, I'll show you how they look as actual artwork drawings, because they're completely different to how you see them as a physical product. So I'm just layering these up. These are the delightfully dotty flowers that I did give you a heads up about, because I know what's going to happen as soon as these dies are released officially. Everybody's going to want the delightfully dotty flowers, which is why I gave you a heads up. So I'm going to speed through this. I'm just going to speed through this and get these flowers done. The other card is quicker. This is actually a super quick card. It's only because I've taken the time to do all the explanations of the new dies. Well, just while I'm doing boring bits, everybody, let me just ask you for some feedback. Do you like the new dies? Because obviously I want you to like them as much as I do. I'm trying to flick between Facebook, YouTube and everywhere. We weren't saying much, just obscene things. You see, you've just fit straight in here. I can't see how you're not going to get maximum use from these dies. And I already know when you get them home and you've got them actually in front of you, your brain is going to be like ours was when we first got them. The possibilities are just absolutely mind-blowing with what you can create with them. And for me as a crafter and a designer, that means I've done a really good job. So pat on my back for myself. So I'm just quickly doing these. I know I keep saying quickly and I'm not quick, but it is quick for me. So this is clearly going to be a very elegant card. You would have to hand deliver it because I think it weighs 5 stone. It doesn't, not really. And just 2 more. And then I can assemble this card. I'm going to pop this here because you're watching me doing boring bits. Let's just pop that there so you can see how it's coming together. Oops. Sorry, Diamond Dazzle. I do always read the comments back, everybody, just so you know. So I do always try and read. The YouTube ones are a bit trickier because you have to watch the live again to see the comments coming up. But if you leave me a comment after the live has finished, so if you go to comment on the video afterwards, I get a notification that tells me you've left me a comment, and I do always look at them. But Facebook, I always look more or less straight away when I'm having my coffee after the live's finished. So I did ask Gwen to remind me something, and I forgot what it was. Can you remember, Gwen? Let me just flick back to Facebook. Love them. It looks lovely even before you add the flowers. Yeah, thank you, Paula. My brain has a rat running in a ball to power me. Oh, bless you. I had to read that twice just in case you were swearing. Absolutely, Teresa. Can you imagine the way you're going to be able to, if you're a scrapper, you're absolutely going to be able to use these for your photographs, particularly with the frame shapes. I mean, you've only got to look at that, Teresa, to be able to see how you can use it in a scrapbook way. And actually, that's a really good suggestion. Right, pearls. So silver pearls for these, obviously, and then I can put them together. It's dead easy. And there's nothing that I've done this evening that's technical. So the only part that you have to think about is when you're doing the when you're creating the aperture. So what I suggest you do when you're creating the aperture for this layer is, because I've used my Big Shot Pro, and my Big Shot Pro has left dirty marks all over, so I ended up doing what Saz told me to do and putting a sheet of paper over it. I would always use a manual machine where possible for the bigger layers. Oops. For the bigger layers, it just makes them cleaner. So silver pearl. Silver. We will get 2 demos done, I promise you. I'll be quicker with the other one. No, I won't. Yeah, they'll do. I'm just going to shove 5. No, I'm not. I'm going to have to do it properly. Why can't I just be satisfied with... I need the 3mm ones, so forgive me, everybody. I can't not do a good job. It's not my nature. Or I can't not do it properly. Nearly done, nearly done. One more dinky one. One more dinky one. And then we're just going to push those down with the tweezers. So at the moment I can't see what you're saying to me, but as I say, I will look later. The tweezers, I've added them to the first show as well because I know not everybody will have seen them. Right, so here we go. Let's get our leaves, which are going... These are the fantastic or fabulous from the final floral finery. I'm separating those. I'm not shaping them. I'm not glittering them. I'm just separating them. And I know I need 3. I don't need 4. It's 8:20. We will definitely get the other demo done, everybody. And I wanted to get the other demo done so that you could see the difference between using lots of mirror card and using regular cardstock, which is what I'm going to do. So let's start with the biggest flower, which is what I always do. And the biggest flower is going just down here. And then these two, I mean, I'm kind of biased because I like flowers on my cards. And then these two, yeah, that's right. Just making sure I've got the right ones. We're very nearly done with this. I told you it was easy. So these two. And then I'm going to tuck the leaves in. So I haven't shaped the leaves, I've left them relatively flat. And I've done that on purpose because they are mirror card. So mirror card will always poke up. I don't know whether you all know that, but mirror card generally pokes up, which is what it's doing there naturally. I guess it's because of the coating that's on the back. And then just a 3. So a 3. And I've just spotted a little black mark on my card, which may end up with a butterfly on it. And then we've got 2 that are going on the inside as well. So 2 that are going on the inside. And I don't know whether I mean, this is something that I say a lot. I always say that I try to make sure that my products work with older products. So we are now using the September dies. We're now using the September dies with the January dies. How about that? So pop these 2 floaters on. I promise you I will read everything later, and I hate it when I don't see what you're saying to me because I don't like you to think that I'm ignoring you, but I can't look at the screen and put flowers on at the same time. So we're going to have 2 up here, just 2, one leaf sticking out the back. And you know what I'm going to do with these corners, because these corners, oops, these inverted corners are crying out for a pearl. I'm just going to tuck that under there. Ooh. There we go. So these lovely little corners are crying out. They're begging me to put a little pearl in them, and it would be rude not to. And I am going silver on silver. And we are just about done with this first demo. So here we go. So I'm gonna finish this. Oh, love it. I'm just popping these in, and then we'll do a close-up so you can see all the details. Now remember, I haven't used any stamps on this at all, and this is the beauty of the Layered Differently collection. So yes, the dies are beautiful, they're very intricate, they've got the beautiful piercing detail, which is what makes them super special, because it's a tiny piercing detail. But also you can use them as they are. How beautiful is this card? Yeah, Phil needs somebody to read the comments as you're reading them. I know, I guess I'll have to stop. So that is demo number 1. So we've created it's relatively flat for me, to be fair. We have got 4 or 5 layers of foam tape on there, but that is a relatively flat card. It is big, but all I'm just going to say to you is, let's have a look. So that is 9 by 6 3/4. So what I'm going to say to you is, if you like to make regular A5 cards, so A4 sheet folded in half, from this layer here, everything above, so the only thing you would lose from the card that I've made tonight is 3 layers of white behind it, which is just incredible. Oh, 2 layers of white, because you would have your card blank. That would be your card blank. So, do you want me to recap, or shall I just crack on with the next demo? Because I do want to just get the demos done, and we can always recap at the end. It really does. It really does. Thank you, Janet. Lady M, I concur. So let's pop that. And let's just get a drink, get a breather for a second. The dimension is really very clever. It is, because it looks like it's a lot higher than it is. So it's a little bit of a trick of the eye. I'm going to crack on, because that's what you've told me to do. And as you know, I always do as I'm told. So we are now moving on to my favourite colour scheme. My favourite colour scheme, that's one of mine, well I hope it is, which is the Air Force Blue cardstock with the pure white cardstock. So this is a really quick demo, so I'm just going to crack on with it. So this is a this is a 7.5. So the largest white piece on this card is 7.5 inches. If I take that away, that one is 7. So this part is effectively a 7 by 7 card, everybody. Yeah. So this top part is effectively a 7 by 7 card. Yeah. I love the Air Force Blue, and I'll tell you what else, if you haven't got it, If you haven't got if you've got the Air Force Blue, marvellous. If you haven't got it, the other one that I absolutely love, and you know I'm not a green fan, but this is my other favourite cardstock, which is Olive Grove. I absolutely love this green, and it's beautiful with white, and it's beautiful with cream. So we're going to take this card now, and you can see what I've done here. I'm going to bring the dies back in just to show you. I'm just going to bring the dies back in to show you. So you can see I've used the square dies for this. So this one is actually using the blah blah blah, the graceful dies, look. So this is literally using the graceful dies for the inner part. So this inner part is from the graceful squares. The outer frame is also from the graceful squares. Let me just show you. So this frame that's on the inside, I'm trying not to move it because I've got it laid up properly. So this frame that is on the inside is actually this die turned on an angle. So just by turning the angle, just by turning the center frame dies, we've created a whole new look, which I think is really clever. It's really, really clever. So what I've done here, and I'm not going to mix these up because I've got them lined up because it took me 10 minutes to do it. So I've created a frame with the white. So this is actually using the larger die, missing one and doing the next one. And then I've created another frame to go over the top of that in the Air Force Blue, which is then using the middle die and the smaller one. And I'm just going to pop these on top of each other because I've got them lined up. And I'm doing this flat, so this is going to be just flat with glue. And remember everybody, I mentioned earlier that there are a minimum of 25 frames you can make from this die set. A minimum, just using the inner part of the die sets. So just using the inner part, 25 minimum. Oh, I've moved it. And I think as value for money goes, that is actually quite incredible. I think I was a bit skinny with the glue. I'm trying to make sure it's perfectly on, because otherwise it will bug me. Oops, just battered my frame. That's it, sorted. Oh, no, I'm not. Oh, that'll do. I've battered it, but you get the idea. So that is now going to sit on here. And of course I've moved it around, so I need to check which is the right place. That is the right place, it's just that I moved it. So I'm going to do this flat. So we are making a flat card this time, or flatter. I'm not going to say a flat card because I don't do flat cards, but a flatter card. So let's just put that on there. So we've framed the aperture, which I think already looks really rather lovely. And you'll notice that I've just used a regular piece of white cardstock for this part, yeah. I haven't used the pierced dies for this because I wanted the focus to be on the frame at the front. So I've got an embossed piece here. This is using the, what's this one? The Classic Flourish. And I'm just going to pop that straight on in the middle. So clearly this is the part that we're going to see through the aperture. You're not going to see the outer edges, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter too much. This is going onto here flat. So I wanted to do a card that took longer and a card that's quicker, just because it makes sense to show you those two different options. The whole point of these dies is that when you panic and somebody says to you, oh, I need a birthday card for, I don't know, whoever, you can quickly whip your dies out, whip your dies out and make a cracking card just using these dies. That's the whole point. Foam tape, next. I think most people have probably got that. I think Phill will have brought some out that were made in centimetres. Yeah, we've got centimetre cards or millimetre cards. Because I tend to just work in millimetres. And you know, I don't very often do normal sized cards. I just cut my card to whatever mood I'm in at the time. And shall I tell you how I got on to doing the bigger cards? Would that be interesting to you? It's because, well, you're right, it's because I just put so much on them. No, it's not. It's because I found that I don't post my cards. So I never had to think about it. And for me, the fun, the part that I enjoy when I'm making my cards is the flair and all the intricate details, all the small details, and that's the part that I personally enjoy the most. Like if this card that we're making tonight, if you made this and sent it to me, I would notice the piercing detail, and I would notice that the flowers are going to be stamped, and things like that. It's details that I'm a detail freak. So let's get that on there. Have I got the right glasses on? I have. Oh, there was a moth. Hello. Don't eat my curtains, they cost too much money. So pop that on there. Now this part is going on foam tape. So we're raising the aperture so that it gives us some more space and some more dimension between the... You can see I'm not lined that up right. It gives us some more space and some more dimension between the aperture and the embossed piece that's underneath it. And it's another one of those visual tricks that makes it look like the card is a lot deeper than it is. Mr. Moth, if you're not paying rent, get out. So let's get this on. This is a quick card. It's a 10-minute jobby, I think, this. So, well, 15, knowing me. And then we'll do a quick recap of the new dies and the new stamps for anybody who joined us later. I'll do a reminder of all the socials, and we will have a couple of winners. I'm not sure what I'm going to give you yet because I can't give you the new stuff. I can give you the leaf dies. So that's what we'll do. So foam tape, glue, wiggle time, just in case I need it. So remember, when you get your dies, you're not restricted to doing it the way that I've done it. So this is actually using I've got that the right way up. Yeah, this is actually using the graceful squares, but with a twist on them. So I've twisted the die to create the different shaped aperture. Look how fabulous that is already, look. That's just, and I could have gone too high with the foam tape, but I'm not tonight. So you know what's happening next? What's happening next is a couple of rows of Diamond Dazzle. And I am doing 2 on this card. I'm not doing the aperture. I'm doing the 2 plain white edges. Because I want to. And because it's the law. So Judy, how about that? 2 demos. And Paula, oh ye of little faith. And if I tell you the truth, I prepped these demos yesterday because I knew I wouldn't have time today. I don't know how many I'll get done on TV, and I'll apologise to you now because we already know that the first show for the first half an hour is going to be very, very talky because I don't know who my presenter is, but it could be somebody new who doesn't know me, so there's going to be lots of getting to know each other, and I hope these presenters are prepared for me. because they're going to wonder what's it. But in a nice way. In a nice way. I'll be myself wherever I am, you know I will. So look how beautiful that is, just from a little bit of diamond dazzle and creating that lovely aperture for the centre. Thank you, Barbara. Oh, there you go. Well, welcome, Barbara. I hope I've not put you off. Air Force Blue, yeah. Air Force Blue. So let's just pop this to one side and we can leave the glitter to dry for a second. It won't fully dry, obviously. And then I love this shape. I absolutely love this shape. And I'm just going to show you the die set, because this one was an absolute nightmare. So this one here, I can't wait to see what you do with this, because this shape is absolutely incredible. The frames you're going to be able to make from this are going to be stunning. And this one was actually the hardest one to do. And remember, please remember, once you've got them all in the right orientation, take them off, flip them over, black line, or just a little mark, whatever at the top, a permanent pen, so you know that it's the top and you never have to do that again. I am going to do that before my shows. So now let's have a look what sentiment we can put on here. I'm using Stormy Sky for this. Mr. Moth's back. Hello. So let's have, shall we have anniversary? Let's just have a happy anniversary because it's easier to stamp. Or no, let's have on our anniversary. So I'm going to stamp on our first. Better just make sure anniversary fits in there, and it does. I'm actually going to do anniversary first. Little tip for you there. If you fit the larger word in where you know it fits, it's easier then to go in with the smaller one. I'm going to just test it on the back. And of course, yeah, it's perfect. So I am stamping with a Distress Oxide. And this just shows you how good these little stamps are. Stormy Sky is my favourite with the Air Force Blue. So, anniversary. It's a very soft shade of blue, Stormy Sky. And it works particularly well, look, with the Air Force Blue. With the Air Force Blue cardstock. So we've got anniversary there, and now we are going to stamp on our. Let's do on our anniversary. So this stamp set covers everybody. So your own anniversary, somebody else's anniversary. I'm just going to do this super quick. Super quick. And let's have it centered. On our anniversary. Amazing. Pop your little stamps back where they belong. Don't lose them because I can't replace them for you. Right, so we've got the on your anniversary just drying there on the circle. We are going to bring in the stamps for the flowers. So these are again from Floral Finery from this year, but this is using the companion stamps. So these are the companion stamps that are designed to go with these flower dies, yeah? And I'm going to, decisions, because the magical actually is little dots, but the dreamy I like as well. Let's go with the dots. Let's go with the dots. So remember, there is a stamp for every flower size. So for every die size, there is a stamp to match it. And we're just going to add a little bit of stamping detail. So this is a plainer card, but the detail is coming from the stamp. So let's see if by some miracle I get that straight. I'm sorry, but look at that. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? Love it. And that's the only large flower, so I can move down to the next one. Mr. Moth's back. It's not the next one, it's the next one. It's this one. And then that's these three. I will look at all the comments, I promise you later. So just for a tip, everybody, just as a little tip, I'm using the centre of the stamp. So the little circular area in the centre is what I'm trying to line up roughly with the centre of the flower die cut. Oops. So that's what I'm trying to line up. I'm not bothered if it's a bit off because it'll still look beautiful anyway. Don't do what I've just done. Always take the ink to the stamp, not the other way around. That was me just being lazy. Right, here we go. I've not got significant other, but I'll tell you what we have got. I'll tell you what we have got. When I find it. We've got better half, other half, and we've got partner as well. So you've got other half, better half that you can choose from, or you can call them whatever you like. So here we go. Let's just pop that back on. And then just do the last one. You'll notice I've only used the square stamps for this. The square stamps. I've only used the 4 petal flowers for these for this card. So line up the centre, line up the middle point. It really doesn't matter if these go off a little bit anyway because it just looks natural or pretty. So that's that done. And just to give that ink a second to dry, we will move on to the sentiment and start layering that up. I can't recommend these companion stamps enough. If you've got the perfectly plain floral finery flower dies, the companion stamps just add a whole new level to them. And they look beautiful embossed as well. Right, so just pop those there. We will start the assembly process now. I did have some leaves for this card. There we go. So this is going on. We'll do it straight onto the card because it's easier. So glue gel, just to be speedier. Just to be quicker. I never measure my sizes when I'm making a card. Never. I just do as I say, not as I do. Oh, well, there you go, Esther. Hopefully that's a bonus for you. One thing I will be speaking to Hobby Maker about is, in fact, let me just put that on just while I'm talking to you all. So Hobby Maker, you can watch in lots of different ways. So Hobby Maker are not on free sat, I don't think, but they are on free view. But I will double check that with them tomorrow. But you can watch them in all those different channels, which I think is remarkable in its own right. Let's just pop that in the middle there. But they also broadcast live to their YouTube channel, which I think is really, really good. And I'm going to ask them if I can have the videos after my shows. So, for example, when my shows are finished, the day after or the day after that, I'm going to ask them if I can have the recordings from those shows to put on my YouTube channel. So we will eventually build up a history of all the TV shows on my YouTube channel, so you can watch them whenever you like. Look how pretty that is. How fabulous is that? Just in the centre, just like that. Just like that. So flowers. Yeah, so they do broadcast live. So during their live hours, they do broadcast on their YouTube channel. And you can also watch on their app. And I know that a few people have downloaded the app since yesterday, so thank you for that, everybody. I'm sure they appreciate it as well. I haven't, but I will. It's only because I've been busy. So I'm just shaping these flowers, and you know that I'm quite rough with my flowers because I like the creases. I like the creasy texture that you get with them. If you don't, just use a bone folder or do it from the outside in. So I'm just creating 3 flowers for this. So let me just check what I'm doing. That's it. Let's get these laid together. Obviously, if I was making this for somebody, I would take a bit more time and I would glitter all the tips of these petals and everything. But we won't do that tonight because I do want to spend 5 minutes with you at the end, just seeing if I can catch up a bit. White pearls, where would you be if you were my white pearls? I say this every week. And I always put them somewhere where I can't remember. So let's just get another set. See if I've got any nice blue ones. Sorry everybody, bear with. Oh, they'll do. Porcelain shimmer. Porcelain shimmer. That will do nicely, thank you very much. So these are porcelain shimmer pearls, which give you that lovely mother of pearl effect, which is really very pretty. Oh, in actual fact, it's the perfect choice because it's got a little hint of the blue showing through. Can't you guarantee that the one you want is not in the pot? So let's just put this card together. So this is a super easy card to do. And that was what I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you that you can go mad with the embellishments and everything like that, or you can do relatively clean and simple, which I just think is fabulous. These dies are so versatile. They are going to lend themselves to whatever your style is. So if you like me and you like it very OTT and elaborate, perfect. If you're a clean and simple crafter and you like them a little bit simpler, let's just put that there. They're going to work for you just the same. So flowers, just 3 this time. Leaves, I'm going to leave the leaves in their 3s, in their duos, sorry. I'm not glittering the leaves, I'm leaving them as they are. And this is why I love the double fronded ones, look. So watch what happens when I tuck these in. So I'm going in here. So it's actually put the leaves in 2 different places in one go. Just remember to make sure you've got opposites, left facing, right facing. Oops. And I've got glue gel on my finger, so everything is sticking to my fingers. So again, just in the gap between. And then I'm just going to chop these 2 in half. So I'm chopping these 2 in half so that I can have the double fronded one. I'll save those. so that I've got another one that I can tuck just at the side. As little or as much as you like, it's really entirely up to you. And then we'll finish off with the obligatory, oops, oh sugar. Oh, are you impressed there that I said sugar, eh? So for any of my class ladies watching, they'll be in shock. So we've just popped a little bit on the inside. Didn't think I needed any more layering dies, but these are lovely. Do you know what, Julie? They're different. I've called them layered differently because that's exactly what they are. They're not like any other brand. And the one that immediately springs to mind, I'm not going to say the name, but the one that immediately springs to mind does not give you, I can guarantee you, the one that springs to my mind does not give you 6 different or five or six different options to create frames. Without talking about the inner parts, without talking about the outer parts, the layering parts, it's just, they're just going to do so much for you. So let's just pop a little pearl on old school pearl in each corner. I don't do that very often anymore. And then we will stop at that. I can see why I didn't pick this pot up, because there are no 5 mils in it. Hang on. Of course not. Oh. 1. 2. Come on, 2 more. I don't want to throw these all over my desk. 3. 4. Thank you. I don't know whether you can see that lovely little mother of pearl shimmer that you get from these pearls. It's really pretty. So of course I've used on your anniversary from the new milestone anniversary stamps here. So if you were sending this to your husband, for example, you could replicate this, but instead of using flowers, you could use cogs. So the way I've designed these dies is so that they are very, very versatile, and they will work for your masculine cards just as much as they will for your girly pretty cards. So there you go, demo number 2, and we've still got literally 2 minutes before I leave you. So let's just have a look at these closely. So completely different, but look how beautiful these cards are. So she would be proud of me, Kathleen. 1 in each corner. Really, really easy to do. The dies are doing all the work, and I know this is a phrase that we use a lot in our industry, but these dies truly are doing all the work. Everything that's on these really is from, apart from the flowers, is from the die sets, the new die sets. So 2 completely different cards. And because it's now nearly 9 o'clock, I need to just do a job before I leave you, because I know you're all going to be screaming at me in a minute because they're not showing. So bear with me for one moment. Why can't I find what I'm looking for? Oh, I've just spotted something that needs to be changed on the website. I will try and remember to do that tomorrow and add it to my list. So, hang on 1 minute. Just bear with me 1 minute, everybody. Sorry. I've got to do this, otherwise you'll all be shouting at me in 10 minutes' time. Bear with me, bear with. I love that phrase, it reminds me of Leonie. Bear with. Right, so let me just double check that that is as it should be, and it is as it should be. So do you want to recap, or shall we just get on with the normal choose a winner? I can't give you any of the new dies because they're not available. They're not actually officially available until next Wednesday. So let me do all the socials before we all disappear. And I will try and do a sneaky video over the weekend showing you the dies in a little bit more detail. So keep an eye on the YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, Phil, did you just cut one of the plaid die? It's just one. It's just one of the plaid die, that, because they are A6. Margaret wants a recap. So let me just do the socials then, Margaret, and then we'll have a recap. Did I knock my camera? Because my... Did I knock my camera, everybody? Because it's a funny angle. Anyway, socials. So for anybody who hasn't yet, please do get on the YouTube channel and give us a subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. And then you will obviously get to see me every Monday evening. And hopefully all the new Hobby Maker shows will be on there as well soon. And then you're not going to miss anything. So Crafting with Phil Martin is the YouTube channel. The Facebook pages, so please like and follow my Sentimentally Yours Facebook page. That's where most of the action is. My shop's Facebook page is Honeypot Crafts, so also give that a like and a follow. My Facebook page, which to be fair I use the Sentimentally one yours more now, but if you do want to follow my personal page, is Phill Crafty Martin. You will obviously find me all over Instagram with Phill M Martin. Remember, it's 2 L's for anybody who's new. And TikTok, and I think I might do a TikTok with these in the morning. So TikTok is Phill M Martin. Just Google Phill M Martin and you'll find me everywhere. X, I've not got a new logo for that yet, but Twitter, X, Phill M Martin. And obviously our fabulous Facebook group. If you haven't joined yet, please do get in there. We have a live on a Thursday evening that's a happy hour deal just in the Facebook group. So search for Crafting with Phil Martin and Sentimentally Yours. And last but by no means least, do get on the blog. So the girls have got some fabulous projects coming up for you for the blog. And they do give you step-by-step instructions as well. So philmartin.wordpress.com. So for anybody who is new to us, we are going to do a winning giveaway, free giveaway. I'm just going to find my dies to show you. Where are you? Come on, come hither. Oh, we're not, because they're not in the pot. So I'm going to give away the leaf sets. So the leaf die set, which is an A6 die set, and I think they're 20 quid. So the normal retail is 20 quid. So this is the fabulous or the fantastic fronds. So what happens is, for anybody who's new to us, if you're watching for the first time, if your name is drawn, and this is just done purely by random from all the comments. So if your name is drawn as the winner, you need to send me a private message on the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page with your name and address and a reminder of what you've won. And it's the Fantastic Fronds die set, Fantastic Fronds leaf die set tonight, which is the leaves that I've used on these 2 demos. So over to YouTube. So good luck everybody on YouTube. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already, and I've noticed a few more of you here, so thank you very much for joining us. Will Hobby Maker have foot? No, Kathleen. No, you'll be able to order from me tonight. Pre-order. You can. So Wendy, apologies, I've only just seen your message on YouTube. You can pre-order these new dies from myself and from Julia. Let me just put the details up. There you go. So you can pre-order these from myself and from Julia from any time now, really. They might not be live on my website yet, but they will be very, very shortly. And the website is this. There you go. They won't be shipped until next Wednesday because the official release date is not till next Wednesday. But by pre-ordering, you are securing your purchase, basically. Right, so good luck everybody on YouTube. Let's choose our winner. I'm going right to the top of the comments. Here we go. Some cracking comments. So my mouse has stopped on Elaine Fortune. So congratulations, Elaine. It's fell on you. I think you have won it previously, but that's how the cookie crumbles. It's landed on your name and it's fair. So send me a private message, Elaine, please, with your name and address and a reminder that you've won the fantastic Franz leaves dies. So thank you, everybody. The name of the larger flower dies. Sorry, I've been away for a while. Hi, Linda. Welcome back. So these flower dies are the Floral Finery collection, and they are all on my website. So just type in Floral Finery and you will find all the new die sets. So thank you very much to everybody on YouTube. Welcome to the new people. Hopefully you can join me next Monday evening. I've got something else new to show you next weekend, next Monday. And then obviously I will be on your Hobby Maker screens next Wednesday for my first ever show. So your support, as ever, is always truly appreciated. So thank you, everybody on YouTube. Now over to Facebook. Good luck, everybody. Thanks, Chrissy. I'm glad you love the new dies as much as I do, because they were a lot of work, but I can't wait to see what you all do with them. Yeah, it might be too early, Chrissy. I've literally only just made it live. Yes, Susan, there will be a bundle of all of it. So here we go. Good luck, everybody. I'm just going all the way to the top of the comments. Scrolling. So my mouse has landed on Katie Buckley. So Katie Buckley, my mouse has landed on your name. So congratulations, you've won a set of the leaf dies. You know the drill by now. Private message, Sentimentally Yours page with your name and address and a reminder of what you've won. So thank you, everybody. I'm glad you love these new dies as much as I do. I'm just going to pop them on here so you can see them whilst I'm just finishing off. So 2 rectangle sets, 2 square sets, and we've obviously got the 4 new sets of the Just Saying die stamps as well. Can't wait to see what you all come up with. I've obviously got a few more things to show you that I haven't shown you yet. Julia has some new videos going live tonight, so make sure you get on Julia's YouTube channel as well, everybody. So thank you very much. Thank you for your support last night, and as ever for your continued support buying my fabulous, amazing products, because it's truly appreciated. So thanks, everybody. I shall see you on Thursday evening in our Facebook group for our happy hour live. So thanks, everybody. Bye. I will read all the comments later. I just need a coffee first. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye. Today.